This is a quick tutorial about how to flip your classroom using LearnSpace. Flipping the class takes the traditional model, where you lecture in class and do your homework at home, and flips it, so that you work together in class and lecture at home on video. Working together in class has a challenge. If I only have a couple of students, engaging students in class is no problem. If I have more students, it gets to be a bigger problem. If I have a lot of students, finding something productive to do together in class where everybody is engaged can be a serious challenge. What I need is a solution that allows me to engage the whole class interactively as part of our experience together. For that, I use LearnSpace. LearnSpace is available here on Pixelture.com. Its modest price makes it ideal for faculty trying to flip a classroom, and it's free to students. LearnSpace takes a view from the laptop and shares it onto the big screen in front of the class. Now, since everybody in the room can show their own screens, LearnSpace provides more opportunities for student interaction. There are 3 ways that I use LearnSpace to improve classroom engagement. They are class reports, small group work, and something unique to LearnSpace, image-based problems. So let's start with class reports. In a class report, I have my students prepare presentations on assigned topics and present them to each other. In a classroom of 25 students, I actually need to have 5 class reports on a given day in order for every group to be able to present. If I'm going to do 5 class reports, I need them to switch quickly. I don't want to be doing the VGA cable dance, and I really don't want to be hunting around for the right dongle for my Apple computers. I want these things to move fast. So using LearnSpace, I queue up all the presentations, and wirelessly, my students can switch from report to report to report very seamlessly, wasting no time as we move between each of the presentations made in class. Now, this speed of sharing is nice, but I don't want to stop at just sharing. One of the things that we do with LearnSpace is called a draw over. Somebody in the class can freeze the screen, and then they can draw over the top. Whatever they draw over the top of what's displayed is shown to everyone. Now we can have a discussion. If one of the students wanted to comment on how this roof line was designed, he or she can circle the roof line, and we can all have an informed comment and discussion instead of waving our hands, pointing, trying to figure out what each other is referring to. LearnSpace actually supports multiple people simultaneously drawing over the top. We now have a group discussion where everyone is engaged with what's being presented on the wall. Now in my classroom, I have 2 screens, and LearnSpace effectively supports multiple screens. During a critique session, one of the students will be making a presentation and another student will be taking notes. We put the presentation on one screen and the notes on the other screen. Now as a critique comes along, we note that critique and everyone can see what's been noted. Everyone can see that their ideas are recorded, and it's all saved for later. So what we have is an engagement where we have many in-class reports. People are drawing over other people's presentations. People are making comments. We're not playing with the VGA cable. And we can do all of these presentations fast, quick. Every group is involved, all in a single class period. Now, the next idea is small group work. We all know that it helps to have small groups work together. They learn from each other. But it's challenging to keep all of those small groups engaged. I engage my students by dividing my class up into small groups of 3, each group having a laptop. Everyone is required to bring a laptop to my class, so there are plenty of laptops. And what that means is that we have 8 groups of 3. One group has 4. I assign them a problem. I have them solve the problem and prepare to share their solution in PowerPoint or other programs that might be appropriate for the problem. As each group completes the problem, they start to share their solutions on the wall. Using LearnSpace, I can accommodate simultaneously on my 2 screens presentations from 8 laptops sharing work from those 8 groups. Now I can step up to the screen and we can start to talk about the work that each of them has shared. Everybody can see what everybody's work was like. We can compare, we can contrast, we can share ideas, we can find the best solutions, we can learn how others approach the problem. It's now a completely engaged group discussion. When I'm focused on a particular piece of work out of the 8, I'm also focused on a particular group of people. Now, instead of looking at all the people in the room, I'm looking at the 3 people sitting in one location that generated this piece of work. By dividing the students up and putting all the work on the wall, LearnSpace has allowed me to draw out students individually and engage them in the conversation that we're having in class. Now, finally, there's a unique feature provided by LearnSpace, which is image-based problems. So I teach a user interface design class, and one of the problems I give them is a blurred version of a website. With LearnSpace, I distribute this image to each of the laptops in class. Each student has their own laptop, so in this case we're not working in groups. We're doing individual work. I ask the students Please circle the most visually interesting thing you see. Now the students start to do exactly that. Each one of them circles something different, but they tend to collect together in groups. When we share this with everybody, we see that many people like that swirly black thing over on the side. Some of them thought that the menu on top was interesting, and one lonely little person likes this little black box down in the left-hand corner. Well, now I can ask, why are you attracted to that? Why did you think that was visually important? We can then have a rich conversation. Everybody has contributed. Everybody was engaged. Now, what LearnSpace is providing me is not the ability to analyze websites. This is any image at all. It would be a paragraph of French, and we're underlining all the verbs. Could be a paragraph of history. We're underlining the support for, did we think Washington contributed to the revolution in a substantial way? Whatever your discipline is, it is an image. I share it. People underline, people comment, it all gets shared back, and we can see an overlay of everybody's activity. Now each individual is totally engaged. So there we have it. 3 ways to engage students: class reports, small group work, image-based problems. All of them are facilitated by LearnSpace, which engages students and their laptops with the screens at the front of the room. For flipping the classroom, we now have a mechanism with LearnSpace that we can work together in class in a compelling way. Welcome to LearnSpace. Give it a try.